Good day, fellow. Seto is back. Today we are going to continue with ionic compounds, to be specific, of polyatomic ions, the ionic compounds of polyatomic ion. Let me just remind you of ionic compound definition. Last time we said an ionic compounds, they imply the transfer of electrons from metals to non-metals, or metals to non-metals. For the sake of this video, we are going to focus on polyatomic ions. Last time we were dealing with monoatomic ions only. Then this time around, I'm going to add polyatomic ions. So polyatomic ions, those are ions that consist of more than one atom. It is very important for learner to memorize the polyatomic ions, because usually they don't give you on a formula sheet or data sheet during exams. Then just need to memorize them. Let me give you few of them. We have SO3 2-. We call this one sulfite. We also have SO4 2-. We call this one sulfate. Also have PO3 3- phosphide with an I, phosphide. We also have 4 3-. We call this one phosphate. Then some of them that you should know as well is this one, NO3- as well as NO2-. We call this one nitrite with an I. We also have this one of -1 with subscript of 3. We call it nitrate. See, we have to know them. Also have this one, we call it hydroxide. Then another form that we also have, this one 3 2- is carbonate. See, let me highlight some of polyatomic ion that the learner must know. Also have this one 4-. We call it perchlorate. Also have this one 3-. We call it chlorate. Then we also have this one of 2-. We call it chloride with an I. Lastly, we have this one with no, let me just say one to make it look different from the other ones. We call this one hypochlorite. Then there are so many. You must know them. We also have this one of 3 minus we call it hydrogen carbonate. You see, there are so many. Some of them have cyanide. See, you must know these polyatomic ions. You have to practice them for you to be able to tackle such problems, which I'm going to do with you right now. See, let me not erase. Suppose if, let's say, they ask you to find or to write the chemical formula of, let's say, a potassium sulfate. See, they say potassium sulfate. See, sulfate. Do you still remember last time I said to you, you must know that if I go to my periodic table, you'll see the group 1 elements, group 2, group 3 as well. We also have group, let me say, group 17, group 16, group 15. All elements that are situated in group 1, you write +1. In fact, it's 13. Let me say 13, group number 13, not 3. Let me say 13. And then group 2, it's +2. Group 13 is going to be +3. Then we also have this one. Group 17, you write -1. 16 minus 2, this one -3. Then if you have your periodic table, you can clearly see that potassium is going to be in group number 1. That means the potassium is going to have a charge, an ion of +1. Then from our given polyatomic ions here, we can clearly see that sulfate has a charge of -2. A charge of -2. Then from here, how then are we going to write the chemical formula of potassium sulfate? It's so simple. You just need to use a cross method. You see, where you see K, you write 2, then it's going to be K2. Then where you see SO3, is going to be 1. SO3, let me put bracket. As for polyatomic ions, it is very important for us to include brackets. It is very, very important for us to include bracket. Then we write 1. We write this 1. Okay? Then we are going to write this 2 on K. At this point, we can clearly see that 1 won't change anything. At the end of the day, we are going to have K2SO3. 1 won't change anything. Then now, suppose if we have a situation which is like this now. Let me erase just here. Let's say now I have a situation which is like this. Suppose if, let's say, they give me calcium. Let's say if I have calcium now, calcium let's say phosphate. Phosphate. How then are we going to write the chemical formula of calcium phosphate? It's so simple. From our periodic table, we know somehow that calcium is in group number 2. Group number 2 somehow is going to have a charge or cation of +2, of +2. Then for phosphate, where's phosphate? There's phosphate. You see, phosphate is going to be PO4 -3. Then now, how are we going to write the chemical formula for this one? It's so simple. Don't be confused. You use the very same method that we used previously, a cross method, whereby now you are going to write your 2 just next to phosphate. But now it is very important to include the bracket for what? For your polyatomic ion. Then it's going to be PO4, you close bracket. Then just next to it, you write 2, this 2. Then for calcium, we are going to write Ca. Next to calcium, we must write 3. See, it's so simple. The first thing that you should know for polyatomic ion on how to write the chemical formula, you must memorize those polyatomic ion. You must know them for you to be able to tackle such questions. You see, so simple. I thank you, my fellow learners. Have a nice one.